California is on the front lines of a green energy revolution. Over the past few years, California policymakers have laid the foundation to transform the state's energy system, including the advent of large-scale battery storage.
I introduced the bill AB 2514 back in 2010, and people thought I was nuts.
What we're talking about is a level of infrastructure additions that we have not seen in the power system virtually in the last 50 years or more.
Well, whoever writes the history of energy storage in the United States, I think this will be a big chapter.
You just look at what's been happening not only in California, but across the West, really across the world. The kind of temperatures and fires that we've been seeing, really scary. And so being able to transition our electricity system away from significant use of fossil fuels and carbon emissions is one of the defining challenges of our time for our industry.
If you can meet those critical peak needs with battery storage that's being recharged from solar and wind and hydro and geothermal, et cetera, that's a reduction in emissions that's really valuable.
If you asked me 5 years ago, we were just talking about energy storage. We were just talking about the ability to store electricity. And now, by the end of this year, next year, we'll triple the capacity of energy storage that we have on our system.
The challenge for the energy storage industry in California going forward is going to be execution. And that means bringing solutions from idea to reality for the next 10 years or more.
There's been a lot of investment into the technology, and just the demand is high, and so that brings the cost down, which lowers the barrier of entry for some people who are looking to expand into putting storage in their portfolio.
So I think the challenge that we have right now is how do we transform this industry while keeping the lights on? So it's almost as if like you are trying to change your car while you are in the car and driving the car, and you cannot stop the car.
With so much green energy being introduced into the equation, the summer of 2021 was an important testing ground for California's evolving energy grid.
Last summer, we had about 200 megawatts of storage on the system. This summer, it's closer to 2,000 megawatts, so almost a 10-fold increase in energy storage in just the course of a year. It is a very rapid growth curve, and so it's just a tremendous opportunity to learn from the performance of these resources and share those lessons.
Summer is always the biggest challenge for the California grid, and in 2021, everything came to a head with the extreme heat and other stresses, including a wildfire in southern Oregon on July 9th that limited power being imported into California from the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, July 9th was a very, very stressed day for the California grid. This was the summer when we really saw what the new wildfire risks could mean for our bulk electric system.
We were just really, really close. We had basically every single resource on our system committed. Everything was running full bore. If one more thing would have gone wrong, we could have really been in some serious trouble, and we might have had to shed load.
There's no question July 9th was the summer's most challenging day for the grid, and the extreme conditions resulted in the ISO declaring an emergency alert signifying insufficient power to meet demand. But on this day, the system was able to quickly dispatch about 1,000 megawatts of new battery power to help keep the lights on.
This summer has been a really fabulous moment for energy storage. There's been some bumps along the way. It's a new technology. There's some lessons learned, but in general, the resource has performed really, really well, and we're really quite optimistic about its future on our grid.
So this is a really exciting time to think about all of the clean energy that's coming from the sun and the wind, and to be able to store that electricity and use it when the sun stops shining, and to be able to meet the demands of the state.
If large-scale battery storage got its first big test in the summer of 2021, it earned a good grade. At the same time, valuable lessons were learned as the ISO continues to evolve the best tools to use storage effectively, and also looks ahead to the integration of storage technology of longer duration. Operators will continue to monitor state of charge for the battery fleet. Crucial information, because on days when storage is critically needed, operators must know the batteries are charged enough to deliver energy. If the state of charge is too low, they need to know there is enough energy on the system to charge them adequately. The ISO is also using new tools so scheduling coordinators can manage the state of charge. And it has created a new market model that allows storage resources to offer lower prices when a battery has a nearly full charge and higher prices as state of charge is depleted. With everything ISO operators learned about deploying storage during 2021, they are approaching the summer of 2022 with increased confidence about the grid. Under the continued leadership of Governor Gavin Newsom and the California Public Utilities Commission, the new uncertainties of climate change are being addressed. Record amounts of renewable energy are coming online. 85 clean energy projects were added in 2021 alone, with thousands of additional megawatts on the way for a healthy reserve and a grid that does not get pushed to the edge under extreme conditions. And while the story has focused primarily on the influx of large-scale storage on the California grid, smaller-scale distributed energy resources, including rooftop solar and residential energy storage, are also growing and will continue to play an important role in California's energy future. Reaching the state's energy goals will require continued innovation, creativity, and collaboration to make energy storage work at both the wholesale and retail level. And with the current battery technology, longer duration storage, and innovative new technologies to come, we can help achieve sustained reliability and a successful clean energy transition.